Hey guys, I'm working on a 2001, nope, I'm working on a 1999 Mercury Mistake? No, Mercury Mountaineer. Symptoms with this vehicle is misfire. No trouble codes, the data was cleared. I have no available mode 6 data for me. I can feel a miss and I can really make it do it on a rev. And so I'm just gonna go right to a secondary ignition waveform. I wanna do this really quick. I didn't pull out the big guns. I pulled out a little pocket scope I'm going to use for this one, and hopefully we can identify this thing quickly. Okay, the scope I'm using, it's called a uScope. And I'm just turning it on. And what I'm going to do, there's some presets in here I'm actually going to use. I'm going to use the secondary ignition preset, hit OK. And then the lead that I'm using, it's really just a secondary ignition pickup. This goes on the plug wires and this will go to a ground, and then this lead connects right to the scope. And we'll just start with this plug wire over here on the end. So what I want to do now is I want to set this trigger. This trigger is on a it's on a auto trigger, and press the up button, and I'm going to set it on normal, and that'll help stabilize things for me. And what we want to do is we want to do some snap throttle, and we'll watch it. So that one looks pretty good. Moving over to my next plug wire, which would be, just started in the middle coil. I guess I could do the front ones first. I thought I was on the first one, I wasn't. And do a little bit of snap. Saw something there I didn't like. That is a secondary misfire right there. See that spark line? What I want to do is I want to see more of that, so I need to change my scales here now. Let's change this to a 2 volt. Volt per division. Snap it. It's not too bad. Maybe not, might have been wrong. Next one, let's try to hit all the even ones. Let's go this one. Trying to watch these. The key with secondary ignition is trying to catch them on the initial snap. Got to invert that one. I'll come back to that one. Two. Should have 4 positive and 4 negative firing. Like that one. All right, let's switch back. I saw a little bit there, but nothing crazy. Now look at these other ones. See which ones I can see and which ones I can't. Going to take my trigger line and move it up a little bit to try to catch this, and we'll get that on a snap now. Try to hold that snap a little bit. Just found this the best way to catch ignition misfires. Wrong one. Track of what I'm connected to. Thought I was going to be able to find this quick here. Should have one on this one. Not that one. This should be it here. And then when we go back, it should have had a signal. There it is. Third. And then this is the fourth coil. Tough to pick it out, man. Let's invert this. Go back through these again. My guy right there. Yep, that's it right there. Whew, that was tough. All right, watch it again. Snap throttle's the key. I have my trigger set up high to hold it, so when it crosses that trigger point, it'll stay put, and I can analyze that waveform. There it is right there. That was my miss right there. Right there. See that spark line kind of sloped down, starts up real high, right there. If I move this trigger line up even more, I could probably catch that better. So I'm using a normal trigger mode. There it is right there. That is a secondary ignition fault for sure. A couple more times. All right, let's see if any of the other ones show me that. Like that one either. 2 cylinders on that side, showing me that. This one, I think, was the worst. Yeah. All right, so I'll run through these one more time at idle. And the first one I'm doing, I have my invert on and I'm on this cylinder right here. Each coil I should have one that will show me a right side up pattern. So I'll have 4 on this time through, and then I'll turn the invert off and we'll catch it again. There's a miss right there. So I'm not checking this one because that one's firing in the correct polarity, and so is this one. This is the one that I saw a miss on before on a snap. My battery's about to die. And the next one, just like, see what they're doing. They're bouncing back and forth. They do that to prevent cross-firing of these coils. Right there's a miss. And this one should show it to me too. That's exactly what they did. It goes here, 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 and here are the same polarity. And then let's invert that. Turn the invert off, I'm sorry. Then we switch to here, I'll go backwards. This one should show me a pattern. So it should go here. So it went, last time it went here, 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 and here. This time it's gonna go here, 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 and here as far as polarity. That one looks pretty good. And then this one should give me a waveform here. And the idea, we wanna go as close to the coil as we can with these two to make sure we're getting proper signals. I do not like the downward curvature of that one. That suggests a potential compression problem. See what it does on a snap. Can also be a plug issue that can do that. I'm getting good jumps on a snap, which suggests cylinder pressure changes. That one looks good, and then the last one should be this one here. That low line on it. This one. Long there. I don't like this. I don't like that one. I don't like this one cylinder. I think I need to do a little bit more digging before I tell them to put plugs and wires in this thing. And what I don't like about it is that downward slope of that spark line. The downward slope bothers me. I think what I'll do is maybe just a cranking compression test before I tell them what to do. Kind of go from there. This one showed me a miss. Let me jump back to that. Right there. There's definitely a secondary ignition problem with this. I guess my only concern of moving forward and telling him to put plugs and wires in this is going to be the compression. Right there, it's definitely secondary ignition. You saw that again. right, I'm just going to do a cranking test real quick. Clear flood crank. All right, so I've never used this scope for this, but I'm gonna try it. And what I'm gonna do, my polarity right here, I need to get the one that goes down to the starter. Should be this fat cable here. As long as the jaws of my amp clamp go around it, I can do it. Actually fits around the negative better, but there's an extra wire there. We'll do it here. And I'll do a relative compression test with this scope. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try. All right, my setup here is going to be a little interesting. I'm going to set this on a 60 amp, which is 10 millivolts per amp setting. And so 2 volts would be 200 amps. That's 2 volts per division. I don't want to go 2 volts per division. I want to go, how many divisions are there on this? Is there 10? Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't tell if that's 7. How many is that? 1. Looks like 8 divisions. I can't see very well right now. So I want to drop this down, 0.5 volt per division. 0.2 times, man, I need to know, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 0.2, that's 1.6 volts. I think I want to be on a 0.5. This would be 8 times 5. 40. This would be 400 volts. This screen might give it to me. I definitely don't want to be on a normal trigger. I want to be on an auto trigger. And my time base, man, I want a lot of time. How much time will this scope give me? Oh, sweet. I like a 2-second screen for a cranking compression. I'm gonna have to do this and run back out and look at it. See if it worked. Okay, cranking it. Did I get it? Oh, sweet. Too much time though. Oh, it's time per division. So I don't think I can freeze this in zoom. So that's why I set my time too long. I was able to catch it though. That's 1 second per division. So I want, okay. How much recording, how much buffer do I have here? That's about a 6-second screen or so. That might be okay. That was cool. Can I pause it? How do I pause it? Let's drop this time just a little bit more. You guys are just gonna have to look at it for me and tell me what you think, man. We can actually do a relative compression test with this. That's cool. Compression sounds good, guys. I'm pretty sure that you guys saw something cool there that I was not able to see in the editing. I will be able to see it. I'm going to tell Pete to put plugs and wires in this. I'm pretty comfortable with what I have as far as the way compression sounds, and I think this waveform is going to back it up. But I'm done, guys. I've had enough fun for today. This one here was supposed to be just a, hey Paul, can you tell me if I need plugs and wires? And I'm confident to tell him that. So hope you guys like that one. Not as maybe in depth as some of my other ones, but still pretty cool. And again, that is a uScope. uScope's the one I just used. So pretty neat little handy tool. A lot more inexpensive than some of the other stuff that I use. And you know, I know budget is important for some of you. So pretty neat that I could do a relative compression test with that.